All right, so I just finished recording my last video, and wow, that took me like 4 hours just to record. Wow. I haven't edited yet or anything, but I kind of wanted to do like a little vlog type recap on everything that's happened in the last couple weeks. So at work, in a software world, we follow Agile, which, without getting into that, I think what we do is we plan out in a sprint, which is like a 2-week period. We can have different length sprints, but we chose a 2-week period. And for that 2-week period, we choose all the things that we want to accomplish, work through it, and at the end of the 2 weeks, we assess how we did, and we plan the next 2 weeks. So I think I'm gonna take a bit of an agile approach to my recording and kind of get consistent feedback of myself and see how I'm doing to make improvements and keep making changes in an agile way. So the first thing I wanted to do is kind of talk through the equipment I've got so far, because a lot's happened in the last 2 weeks. So I've bought a bunch of equipment, I've learned how to use different things, watched tons of YouTube videos, and so yeah, let's start there. Let's see, so this is a camera my sister's letting me borrow. I haven't really used it for any main content yet, but during my last video, I was using it to record a little bit. I was just recording from the side. I'm gonna try it out. We'll see if I use it in the B-roll. This is the camera I'm using right now. Shout out to my roommate Justin for letting me borrow this. Super helpful, looks amazing. Love this thing. I'm actually probably going to upgrade and buy my own. I'm looking at the Sony a6400. Has a flip-up screen. Yeah, not sure, but it's a big investment. That's probably going to be one of my biggest investments, especially because the lens I want is going to cost as much as the camera. So we'll see. If you watch my video, you'll see that I'm actually budgeting around getting that, but I'm budgeting pretty aggressively so I can get that in the near future and start having my own equipment, not have to borrow and add captures to other people's stuff. In addition to that, I've got a couple of these lights. These are the newer bi-color lights. Let's see if we can see this on camera. Sorry for the shakiness. So I have 2 of these. They can be adjusted for warm lighting. It's probably really bright. For warm lighting, and then you can also switch it down to be cool lighting. So I've been using a mixture of both. I need to really figure out what kind of look I'm going for, but really nice lights, really good quality. They come with nice little carrying cases so I can put them away. They collapse really small. But once I got these with the camera set up and like zoomed correctly and the focus with the depth, I don't know, these are all terms that I've been learning. Once I got all this set up, the video quality massively improved. So if you go back and look at my first video and then compare it to my second and then maybe this one, you'll see it's a big step up. However, I need to figure out how to get the settings right on the camera, figure out what lighting angles work the best and how bright to go. This is probably super overexposed, but once I figure all that out, I think I can bring it even further. So yeah, like I said, I have 2 of those. I've been doing a main light and a side light for now. Then over here, I've got this microphone that my friend Ryan is letting me borrow. Shout out to Ryan, thanks for that. I haven't actually used it yet because I have no way to connect it to my computer. So now I'm learning about, what is it, don't even remember. Now I'm learning about different types of microphones, and there's even like 2 other things I need to buy just to be able to connect this to my computer. So I need to figure out, do I budget for that, or do I buy a cheaper version? Do I get a little lav mic? It seems like a $20 lav mic might be all I need, so we'll see. I had already built a computer. I did that for my own reasons before even considering YouTube. It was really nice having all of that already because in order to get started, I already have what I needed to edit videos. I just didn't have a lot of memory. So if you look at the lights on the bottom, that's my new M.2 drive. I installed that last week, and that's just basically just giving me an extra terabyte of storage. I'm pretty sure I'll be needing more very soon. But that one has lights, so it's pretty cool. And then what else? I have this GoPro over here. Haven't used it yet, but if I want some really wide angle shots, I might start using that. So I think I'm pretty covered on the video side, figuring out my audio, got my lights. Now I just need to decorate. So I'm probably going to get some acoustic foam, get some LEDs, and make my whole setup look pretty good. But what I've come to realize is that I'm pretty good at learning how to use software, learning how to use hardware. The hardest thing for me is talking about some content that I want to discuss. And right now when I'm just going freestyle, it's pretty smooth. But when I make a plan and start following it, I have a really hard time still. So I'm still working on that. This is me practicing. I'm just trying to talk to the camera more, get used to being in front of it, and just kind of like let my mind go. I think I have a lot of good stuff to share, but when I get nervous, I get messed up. So the other stuff I wanted to do other than equipment was I wanted to kind of just show you my process. So when I'm shooting, I make a bunch of lists and make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So here's an example of what I do when I prep for a video. Over here I'm using Trello, and I have a bunch of ideas for the channel, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, so if I open up this 2-week retro, this card actually represents what this video is supposed to be about. And so you can see I just went through all this gear, talked about the camera, talked about the lights, talked about my new drive. Soon I want to get this and this and this. So talk through all these, now I can move on. So yeah, we're talking about shooting right now. I wanted to talk about the timing of it all. And right now it's taking me a decent amount of time to prepare. But for something like this, I literally just made a few check boxes and then just started recording. So we'll see what I start doing in the future. I'm hoping I can do something as relaxed as this, but while still giving valuable content, because that's what I'm trying to do here. That's my end goal. The last video took me about 4 hours to record, whereas the other ones took me about an hour. It's a lot longer and there's a lot more content, so hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully it's not boring like my other stuff. And yeah, we'll see what happens. A major difference I did do on this last one was, instead of writing a word-by-word script that I just try to use to remind myself about what to talk to, instead I just, again, wrote some bullet points, tried to freestyle most of it, and it felt smoother, but I still did get tripped up a lot. And then the last thing I wanted to do during this was talk about my goals. In the last video I published, I made 3 goals. Let's see, first goal was to release 1 video per week. I got a little bit behind last time, but it's really important to me that I meet these goals. So I actually was able to catch up on time, get my video out on Thursday, well I guess Friday at like 2 a.m. instead of on Friday, which was what I was shooting for, and I got it out early. And now I did a bunch of planning, and by doing this video I'm gonna get 2 recorded and hopefully get 2 out next week. So I'm very ahead of schedule and super pumped about that. Another thing is B-roll. I have been doing B-roll. Some of it's just on my phone, but I'm doing it. It's becoming a habit. I have a bunch of stuff I want to do for my intro video once I find time to make that. Or sorry, my intro clip, once I have time to make that. And I think I just need to keep going, so that way I have a bunch of cool stuff to put in there. And then the 30 subscribers. That was my last goal, was to get 30 subscribers, and I have 22 as of today. It is growing a lot faster than I expected, so I think I'll be reaching, as soon as I release 1 more video, I'll probably hit 30 pretty fast. So once I get there, I need to fill that 3rd goal slot with a new one. I'm thinking maybe 100, something a little more challenging. Although I do plan to start sharing these videos with some friends and stuff, which should help. But I think that's it. Thanks for coming. See you next time.